and welcome to After the Movie Podcast, the show where we pick movies, review them, and ruin it for you. My name is Beggs, and I will be your host today. Joining me today is our cast of podcastrados, Quinn.
Hello.
Mo.
How you doing?
And Dane.
Hello.
I think he's eating yogurt.
That is correct.
All right.
Got to maintain that gut health.
Yep.
Good probiotics for you there, buddy.
Oh yeah, I gotta love
Absolutely.
those probiotics.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
pooping. Good pooping.
Oh my,
Oh,
my,
yeah.
my, my, yes.
Oh, yes.
So, does the audience care about what we're going to review today? What do you guys think?
Yes.
I
All
think
right.
I think they'll
should.
care. Maybe they shouldn't, but they will.
Well,
How very Patrick Bateman of you to say.
yeah, that's
It is.
very much so.
Nice little segue. Take it
That
away, Paul.
is. So with that, today we review a wealthy New York City investment banking executive, Patrick Bateman, a.k.a. Quinn, who hides his alternate psychopathic ego from his coworkers and friends as he delves deeper into his violent, hedonistic fantasies. The movie is American Psycho, directed by Mary Herron, starring an all-star cast of Christian Bale, Justin Theroux, Reese Witherspoon, Jared Leto, and Willem Dafoe. Let's see.
You put some respect on my boy Josh Lucas's name, though. You do that. You put some respect on his name.
Who's Josh?
Which
Lucas?
one? Yeah. Who is that?
He was McDermott, but that was. We'll get into that. We'll get into that.
Okay.
And Josh Lucas.
The giggling after.
Respect, homie. This, I don't think this is technically a horror film, but since Quinn...
Oh, that wiener's Josh Lucas. I'm looking at his picture. Okay, I got some stuff to say about him.
Mo's looking at wieners.
Yeah.
Oh.
Can't see. Our audience can't see me because my camera is still not working. But speaking of rich New Yorkers, I've got the Teflon Don's mugshot up today because June 23rd, I forgot the year already, he was sentenced to life in prison.
So, Quinn, since you picked the first and only horror film, go ahead, give us your review first, please, sir.
Okay, so I am going to give this a 2-star and a don't watch, and that is all because of the ending. The ending in this movie, I thought.
Hang on. We're just doing the quick rating thing.
Okay, don't watch it.
Don't
right.
jump the gun.
Go ahead, Mo.
I give it 2-star. Don't watch.
And then,
and let me tell you why.
And then Yogurt Man, what do you think?
4-star. Watch.
And I will also go ahead and agree with Dane with 4-star and watch.
Even split.
Even split.
Martin
that's
is
wild.
Usually like the swing vote that
He really is. He
Yeah.
really is.
He's really. By the way, we're missing Martin today. He's on a walkabout in deep into the forest. I think he was doing his best impression of Deliverance.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. And the northern Michigan version.
Yeah, in the Porcupine Mountains.
Porky the pig. Yeah.
He's up there eating squirrel gravy and turtle soup. So
He's getting Porky Pigs. Squeal for me. Wah, wah.
stay safe out there, buddy.
I love you.
So
May your rapings be short and well lubricated.
And your getaway swift.
Oh, God.
So Quinn, since you had a lot to say,
I did have a lot.
you wanted to jump the gun there. Go ahead, give us your bashing.
Okay,
of American
so
Psycho.
I didn't think it was a bad movie. I actually enjoyed it up until I started seeing like what I thought was going to be the ending. I didn't, on a different note, I thought Jared Leto did a piss poor performance in this thing. Everybody else's performance was good.
Well,
Jared
that's where I'm
Leto-
gonna have to disagree with you. I don't think everybody else's performance was good, but Jared Leto's was really bad.
Yeah, and Christian Bale went over the top sometimes, but I think that was kind of the point of the role, was to go over the top.
Yes.
I found it a little bit phony though when he was like dancing around when he kills Jared Leto. But I guess I should have put a spoiler alert before that.
No,
but here's
spoilers abound. I mean, it's a movie review. It's
yeah. So, well, spoiler alert coming up now.
So keep watching, because that's our whole podcast.
I mean, if you came to a movie review not expecting spoilers,
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you're in the wrong.
Nothing happens at the end.
Your
'cause I
Google
can't talk
fingers
about
are
it.
bad. So yeah.
I am so sick of it's just imaginary and it was all you, or it's multiple personalities, or it all was just a hallucination.
So listen, this actually ties into something that I have as a critique of the movie. Part of the reason why I didn't like it. I did a little bit of digging after I watched it. I've seen it before, but this is my second viewing. And there's not supposed to be a question. The director actually said that she sincerely regrets that this has become a debate as to whether or not he's a killer, or if the killer is in his own mind or whatever. He's supposed to be a killer. The whole thing is that it's supposed to be about the 80s go-go world of these people not caring at all about one another and not doing anything or just melding into this yuppie society. It's supposed to be a yuppie movie where they're so self-involved that they don't even know that the man's a killer who's always around.
Right.
But she actually said that she didn't do a good job of directing it. And the writer of the book said that it was not well portrayed and that it shouldn't have been, he thought that it really shouldn't have been optioned for a movie.
Right. Well, I mean, the ending is super weird anyway. What's his actual name?
Christian Bale?
Patrick
Huh?
Bateman. Oh, he has a different name.
He's not Bateman. Yeah.
No, it is.
Well, they kept calling him Max, but I think that's just because they didn't.
No, at the end, when he's talking to the lawyer, he calls him something else other than Bateman.
So that's supposed to be part of it too. It's that
Right.
everybody is so nameless and so the same that the names of the characters are changed up and switched around throughout the whole thing. It's nobody's ever
because the security guard calls him Mr. Smith right before he shoots him.
Yeah, that's all, it's all very deliberate.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't
Pretty ironic that you guys forgot all about Josh Lucas. You were just like, who the hell is that guy? I can't even think of who that is.
That guy's a turd. I actually think he's a good actor, but he has one of those faces that you want to punch.
He's got a very punchable face.
He plays that character a lot.
He does.
But
he was the same kind of
actually,
character.
I do actually like his performances.
I just want to punch him.
Yeah, that's why I called him a
just
turd.
want to punch him. I thought that the business card thing is pretty funny. I laughed.
Yeah.
When Christian Bale gets so disgusted when he sees the other one and he just can't handle it. I mean, that's hysterical.
Well, Dane, really? What did you think, Dane?
So, I've seen this movie. I saw it probably at least 10 times since I was a kid, and it's always pretty much stayed the same in my mind ever since I saw it the first time, which was that it was really good as black comedy, not so much a horror movie. We kind of touched on that at the beginning here. In college, I read the book, and I really got more of a feel for exactly what they were trying to go for in the movie. And to Mo's point, I don't think that the direction of the movie hits everything quite as much as what the book did, in that it wasn't over-the-top satirical enough for my liking. But that being said, it was still very competently done, very well acted by pretty much everybody. I like what it had to say, even though it didn't quite go over the hump as much as what the book did. But I mean, really, pretty much any adaptation from book to movie is not going to be as good. But
there's a rare exception to that. But I think that's pretty much a tried and true rule.
Very few exceptions. Like maybe A Clockwork Orange would probably be like the only one off the top of my head that I think.
I like The Godfather too. I like The
Haven't-
Godfather more than the book.
I think the book was much better for The Godfather, though.
Haven't read The Godfather, so I can't comment.
Again, I have John Gotti as my backdrop.
Yeah.
I've always liked this movie, and even on the 10th, or I guess this was the 11th time that I've seen it, probably like it still is just as good as when I first saw it. So I don't know, I really like it.
So the
Yeah.
book author was saying, Dane, and I want to know what you think about this.
Mhm.
I heard the author talking about it, and he was saying that he doesn't think that it really lends itself to being adapted to the screen.
Well, I would agree. I would agree because there are some things in the book that are absolutely unfilmable. Like you would not be able to get away, even in 2020, you'd not be able to get away with filming some of the stuff that is talked about in the books. And it's mainly just the complete over the top gore and violence that is brought upon, that Bateman puts on prostitutes or other people that he just comes across on the street. It's absolutely like there is literal parts that I had to put the book down and like recompose myself after I finished reading. I was like, God damn, that is horrific. But
Well, he was saying, and I thought this was very interesting, that anytime you adapt a movie, you lose the subtlety of themes because visually, a movie has to have visual, you end up seeing things that end up influencing the story. And with
Right.
writing, you can allude to things without showing them. So it leaves room for imagination and more thought, which I thought was an interesting point.
it's a very interesting point. Like, I think a good example of that, comparing book to movie, right? At the very beginning, when Patrick's talking about doing his daily routine, where he
Yeah.
lists the millions of different creams and moisturizers that he uses and everything.
Yeah.
When I watch it, I'm just like, okay, get to the point. Why do I give a shit about what this guy's talking about, right? In the book, like it's literally like 3 pages of him talking about the whole thing, right? And it's not in the first chapter or so, first few chapters, I forget exactly which, but he talks about all the different kinds of the different fashion houses for all the suits that he and his buddies wear. He talks about all the designers, all the name brand stuff, all the materialistic stuff, and that's pretty much throughout the entire like 400 pages of the whole book. So it alludes to how much these people care about the way they look and the idea of themselves just being nothing but like a fashion
number.
statement. But
Materialistic people.
right. But
So-
when you spell it out and like do it visually, like in the movie, it just seems kind of, I don't know, it slows down the pace a whole lot, and I don't really get the same feeling. I don't know if
Yeah.
that makes sense at all to you, though.
I think that's a really great
Yeah,
point.
I think that makes sense.
So I think you guys are touching on a lot of the stuff that was kind of lost in the movie. I haven't read the book. I think the book would actually. I really enjoyed this movie, but I think the book would probably bring it to life even more. They did. So the author, by the way, we were just saying the authors. I just wanted to give him credits. Bret Easton Ellis.
Yeah, man.
So the director Mary Herron, I think before, so she was trying to stay true to the script. However, because it was the book is so graphic, she had to take out quite a bit of the details in the scenes just to actually get the movie rated. And I think originally this came out as an unrated movie, which is the version that we watched. It's not much difference if you guys are interested in that. It's only like 1 minute longer, and it just has a little more detailed sex scenes with the prostitutes in it. But yeah, I think so. I lost that part, and I probably would have gained that from the book. But what you guys are saying about was he actually a killer or was he not? What I got from it, the interpretation without reading the book, was that he was not a killer and that it was all in his mind. So the debate would be true then. I mean, you guys were reading into it like, hey, this was the author's goal of the novel, and then Dane, you're saying you read the book and you actually realized like, no, he actually did kill these people. But for me, just watching it, this was the first time the whole way through I didn't based on the conversation he had with his lawyer in the bar afterwards, it's like, no, you didn't do that because I just had lunch with Paul Allen 10 days ago.
So the Paul Allen thing, on the analysis that I was looking at when I was looking at stuff, one of the analysis that I read was saying that one of the possible outcomes, they weren't sure, was that he didn't even kill Paul Allen because he doesn't know, nobody knows who each other are because they're just this amalgamation of Wall Street people.
Right.
Nameless, anonymous,
and they look, and he looks the same. Like they dress and look the same.
They all try to look the same. Exactly.
Jared
he
Leto.
goes over that he talks about his glasses and his haircut, and it goes to the same barber, but everybody's got them. You notice it.
Right.
Like basically everybody has it.
Yeah, they all have the same. I think three of the characters have the same glasses.
Yep. They all have the same Oliver Peoples glasses.
Yeah. So.
Now, Dane, you might be able to answer this too. In the book, do they talk more about like his disgust and why he changes his mind when it comes to like the secretary and like the homosexual encounter?
They go into a lot more about it.
Okay.
As far as it's been years since I watched it, or I mean, since I read it. I was a sophomore in college, so I was probably around like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, because that seemed like it kind of came out of nowhere for me. It's like, oh, okay, he's got some, like, obviously this is like extremely traumatic for him, but they never really explain like why it is, and then he kind of just leaves, and they never bring him up again.
His relationship with Jean, at least in the book, from what I can recall, it was definitely a little bit more fleshed out, and it definitely seemed as though he had more of a he definitely seemed more not lenient, but he didn't want to do anything to her. It seemed more like it was just like this uncontrollable urge for him to have to go out and kill everything. And he really tried to fight it as best he could when it came to her, if I remember it correctly. Don't quote me on that, viewers.
Was he more blatantly homosexual or homophobic in the book?
Oh, there's tons more, like blatant homophobia, misogyny.
Because it seems like they were getting it. Well, they covered the massage. I thought they really covered the misogyny a lot.
There are some prostitute murders in the book that there's, like I said, there's no way you'd be able to film this. But yeah, like it goes like.
I'll try, Dane. I'll try.
That might be considered snuff films. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
So did you guys like the part though where it's a bloody naked running with a chainsaw and slippers Christian Bale? I think that's my favorite version of Christian Bale.
Those are exercising shoes. Those are running shoes. Those are
even better.
So much Christian Bale ball sack.
And he just drops. I just love how everybody turned the whole sex scene into memes in recent years.
Yeah.
And just go like, yeah. Look at himself in the mirror. Oh, yeah, fuck you so good. Yeah.
Boy, he is ripped in that movie, though, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think we can all appreciate Christian Bale in that movie.
Oh, for sure.
You really put it in.
I can't stand Christian Bale.
Wait, what?
Well, Mo, I have to add to that though. You're probably going to go a different route, but I was going to say Christian Bale is such a good actor that you look for a reason not to like him.
I don't like him because it seems like he is a gigantic prick in real life. And
well, he is.
Yeah. Is he?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think he's a big jerk.
You remember the whole thing with him on the set of Terminator Salvation, right?
Oh yeah.
His wig out on some light gaffer or something like that.
Yeah, that's a freaking out.
Terminator Salvation. Is that the last one that nobody watched?
No, that's
one of the ones that nobody watched.
There've been like 3 that have come out since that nobody's watched.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
and that's what I'm picking next week.
Great segue. That movie came out about the same time as The Dark Knight, if I remember correctly.
We were talking to one of the people too at the filming of Public Enemy. One of the I don't know, one of the workers who was walking around.
Yeah, she's like some producer.
Yeah,
Some
and she
like
said,
line producer, not like a big producer.
she said that Christian Bale was just awful. He was just terrible. That nobody can make eye contact with him, and I don't know. It influences my thoughts on him. I do think that he's a good actor, but I just can't stand him. He just
Well, speaking of pricks, though, Christian Bale tried to model his portrayal of Patrick Bateman off of, I think I was reading he watched Tom Cruise on one of the late night shows, and he just looked at Tom Cruise, and it's just kind of dead eye and blank, and that's kind of what he was trying to model throughout the movie with Patrick Bateman. We're not going to send any apology letters to Tom Cruise, but maybe Christian Bale
or the prostitutes.
I will not sign off on any apology to Christian Bale.
All right, well, that settles it.
We also will not apologize to any or all prostitutes murdered by Tom Cruise.
Wait, is this a story? Is that a thing?
No, I don't think that's a thing.
Oh, okay.
Just,
You have suspicions.
Yeah, he's a Scientologist. He's into some shady stuff.
Oh, poor Tom Cruise. By the way, I got my book plate in the mail from Val Kilmer.
From Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
You guys wanted to see that real quick?
Let's
show
take
it.
a look.
So thanks, Val, and thanks, Simon and Schuster. I got it now. I can.
Pretty crappy autograph.
Is it? Give him a break. He had throat cancer, right?
Listen, I like the guy as an actor, and he seems fine. But he doesn't shit bricks of gold. It's just a crappy autograph.
Well, who does shit bricks of gold? No.
No one. That's my point.
Yeah, who's got a good autograph?
Not Tyrion Lannister.
Me.
Or Tywin Lannister. Game of Thrones referencing there.
So
what are you mumbling about, Dane?
They made that joke. They made that joke in Game of Thrones.
Oh, did they?
About shitting gold.
Oh, yeah, I didn't watch Game of Thrones.
Couldn't get into that.
Spoiler alert.
Don't spoil it. I might watch it sometime.
No,
Jesus
you won't.
Christ. No, you won't. You know you're not.
He's not gonna watch it.
You're not gonna watch it.
Casey and I were talking about watching it.
Well,
Okay.
if you do end up watching it, just sort of stop at season 6. Just pretend the last 2 seasons didn't occur.
Is that where it deviates from the books?
No, the deviates at about season 4, but season 6 is like the last good television that the series had.
So wait, so tell me about Josh Lucas.
Yeah,
Wait,
Josh
why are you
Lucas.
so in love with him?
He's great. He's just great.
That's it.
He's a wonderful character
He's
actor.
he's a lovely man.
He's got a real punchable face, but I actually saw a movie I'd never seen before with him as like one of the main characters in it. Thanks to my lovely girlfriend, who, if you're listening to, I love the movie. It was great. Have any of you boys seen Sweet Home Alabama?
I have heard of it,
No.
but I know I've not heard.
No,
of
I've
it.
never seen
No.
Sweet Home Alabama.
I saw that he was in it.
He most assuredly was in Sweet Home Alabama.
That just reminds me of, I've never seen the movie, but I've seen Fried Green Tomatoes and What's Eating Gilbert Grape. Is that the same movie as those? Those are the same movies.
I'd
like to know because I've never seen either of those movies either.
So, did you guys read this part about their sequel, American Psycho 2? It was a direct-to-video.
I saw it had my
direct-to-video.
favorite girl in it.
Yeah, Mila Kunis starred in
Mila
it.
Kunis is gorgeous.
And it doesn't have any connection to it. And she said that she asked people to sign a petition to not release it. And when she did it, she didn't know it would be American Psycho 2. It was supposed to be a different project. And it was re-edited, but I don't know, bad.
But I don't know what.
I don't know, bad is what that's the direct quote.
Oh,
it was
just
re-edited,
that's
but
awful.
I don't know, bad. Yeah.
That's pretty awful.
Just
That's
forget
just
I ever
doing-
played in that movie.
That's pretty damning, I gotta tell you.
But just so you do a movie and then it just, oh yeah, and this is a sequel to, I don't know, that movie.
we decided this is going to be the sequel.
Just bad. Yeah, I don't think any of the characters from American Psycho were in American Psycho 2.
Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to even be sequential.
So let's just go ahead and not watch that. Anybody listening.
No, I don't think you should watch that.
But you should watch Mila Kunis in other films because she's great.
Like Black Swan.
Like Black
Oh
Swan.
my goodness, Black Swan. I actually like Black Swan just for the movie, but
I think my favorite Mila Kunis is in Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Though.
She was great in that movie too. Yeah.
Oh boy, Biggs had to go and bring up Mila Kunis.
So I think we would be remiss. If, since we brought up Mila Kunis, we didn't also talk about another big thing that's happening in the news today concerning one of her former co-actors.
Ron Jeremy?
No, not Ron Jeremy.
Did you see what? Did you see what he got arrested today too?
Ron Jeremy did?
Yeah, for forcible rape, same as
Danny Masterson.
Yeah.
Oof.
Danny Masterson got arrested today?
Oh, he got arrested like a week ago.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Not arrested. He got convicted of multiple counts of rape.
Oh,
who's Danny Masterson?
He's Hyde from that 70s show. Yeah.
Sorry, there's Mila Kunis and Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Oh, boy.
Just to remind everybody.
So wait, he got sentenced today?
He got sentenced last week, I think. Well, okay. He hasn't been sentenced, but he's been convicted.
Oh, okay.
Sentencing is still to come, but it's 4 counts of rape that he got convicted of, so I'm pretty sure he's going to go away for a long time. Okay, so that brings up a question that I've been bringing up to a bunch of people recently, right? As an art-consuming person, like someone who watches something, reads something, listens to music, right?
Yeah.
Are you, just you individually, right? Just think for yourself. Are you individually able to separate the art from the artist?
Yes.
If that artist turns out to be a not so good person.
Yeah.
Yes.
Putting it quite lightly.
Yeah, so I can. It is somewhat circumstantial. I won't pay to watch a Roman Polanski movie, but it's because he fled justice and he was able to continue to work because he fled justice. So I'm not going to support his life of luxury, for getting away with raping that girl.
Right.
But if they're done with their career and they're sentenced and convicted, then what they did before, I do think that you should separate somewhat the art from the artist.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So
people have done all kinds of terrible things. It doesn't.
Right. It doesn't mean that you can't make something that's good, that's separate.
Like R. Kelly, right?
I mean, Hollywood's full of a bunch of scumbags. So
Bill Cosby,
Harvey Weinstein,
anything from the Weinstein Company,
which is like everything.
Yeah, I mean, he was a titan.
Michael Jackson.
Can't read any of the Ender's Games because Orson Scott Card is a complete and
even Kobe Bryant. Or didn't Kobe Bryant have some big thing?
He got accused
allegation,
allegedly.
He was accused. I don't think he actually got convicted.
Well, but so was Michael Jackson.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. And that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, we're able to separate these things from somebody, right? Because I know a lot of people are not able to.
I agree. I think a lot of people aren't.
I don't know, like, where they draw the line, though. That's the thing. Like, and that's really the point. Like, the line can be drawn over here or over here, depending on who the person is. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, anywhere.
Yeah, I agree. If
somebody says something that is, I mean, honestly, I'm not trying to be apologetic for people, but people are so sensitive. You could say something, it could be perceived as, when it's not your intention, but it could be perceived as homophobic or misogynistic or sexist or, any number of things. Do you stop watching their art then? I mean, do you? And I'm not saying that that rape is equivalent to those things, but it is somewhat something that society has said they're equivalent, because there's people who boycott completely somebody's entire catalog based on something they've said.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Right.
and I think that some of it has been misconstrued. I think some people have said some really bad stuff too. I mean, I'm just saying it spans the gamut. It's not.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it does come off as rather arbitrary, and then it's like this thing.
Right.
Well, I think this is the best moment as ever to Mo. What's your next movie?
So, I am feeling a little torn on my next movie pick.
Christian Bale.
But
Christian Bale.
No. So actually, this one I'm definitely breaking precedent. I am not going to go with the system that Begg set up that I rejected and then continued to follow.
So now you're finally rejecting it.
He's re-rejecting it.
Yeah.
Well, so I mean, this is the exact reason why I was opposed to it as the official system, because I want to branch out a little bit here. I just finished reading Needful Things, and I was kind of thinking about
Oh God.
doing the movie
Oh
Needful
boy.
Things.
We're gonna have to talk offline about this one for sure.
And then I was kind of thinking about changing it up and going with something that I've never seen before and is relatively new. I think some of you boys have, and going with the Joker. So I'm feeling very torn, but
not the Joker, it's just Joker.
Okay, just Joker. But I think I'm going to land on Joker. And
Hey.
All right.
All right.
With Joaquin Phoenix. Right?
I wanted
I've
to
seen
try
that
and
one.
do something a little newer. See if we
All
can.
right.
Joaquin. I like. I've seen it.
Well, don't
Can you
review
give us
it
a
now.
Joaquin?
Yeah. I'll give you my star rating right now. We don't even need to. Joaquin.
There we go.
Paul, have you seen this one before?
I have seen this movie.
And what about you, Mo?
No, I haven't.
You have
I
not?
have.
And Martin
I-
hasn't.
Martin has not? Okay. So 2 out of the 5 have not. I'm looking
And
forward to it because I haven't seen this one since it was in theaters.
Oh, okay.
All right. Oh, and you were terrorized when you went to movie theaters because of its undertones of violence? Social distress?
No, I saw it when I was in Japan. Everybody was just like jonesing to go see it because of the people that I work with.
Well, it was stuff that never happened, but was promoted.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
People are just idiots.
yeah, they are.
This is promoting violence. Blah, blah,
So
blah,
we should get it out of theaters. This
Yeah.
is a good time for censorship.
blah, 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 blah. Do not go to see this movie. Blah, blah, blah.
And
I
well,
love how
everybody has a take on something. I think that, we just keep that, kind of like what Dane's saying, we just separate everybody's hot takes on art. Like the only people it seems like that are able to do anything are good, like really good pronounced actors that can play specific roles, or some comedians, select comedians, but even some of them even get attacked for the jokes that they put out.
Yeah.
So Dane and I have had some extremely vitriolic conversations about interpretations of art. A little bit on air, but definitely off air, a lot. Of very, very, and we both said things. Now, it was funny. It was just a joke, and we both knew it, so we didn't take offense to it. We said terrible things to one another about our opinions on something. But it's fine. It's just part of the discourse. It's just...
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
we
we're-
talk
we're
and
both-
we grow.
we're both able to take it. It's just the strangers in the world that are unable to understand our comedy, our way of doing things.
Yeah.
That's
right.
that's why they're
But
here.
fuck
and
you,
they're
Dane.
our
Don't sum up what
fans.
I'm saying.
So guys, I wanted to do a tiny bit extended portion of our segment we like to call our call to action segment.
I like that camera gaze there,
So-
Ben. That was intense and deep. That was good.
So first of all, please subscribe, follow, like, comment, and care on all our social media outlets. You can find us at After the Movie Podcast on YouTube and anywhere that you listen to your subscribed podcasts. If you would like to interact with us even more, please go to our Twitter handle at After the Movie PC And because I said that, I want to go there right now and show you. After the Movie PC. So on here, we've just switched podcast host from Buzzsprout, who were great partners with us, but we have switched over to Anchor. You can click on the link here. And the link to our new home is anchor.fm/after the movie podcast, all one word, lowercase. That's anchor.fm/after the movie podcast, all lowercase, one word. Once you go here, you'll see this button that says message. You can click on this message and you can send us a voice message. So we would love for our fans to send us either movie recommendations that you want us to review, any questions that you have for anybody on the podcast here, or just random sound bites that you maybe would like to for us to feature on the podcast.
Yeah,
we cannot stress enough how reachable we are.
We're very
touch
reachable.
with us, and we will.
And how not censored your responses will be.
So go to our Twitter and our social media, and then if you want to be featured on the show, go to anchor.fm/after the movie podcast, all one word, lowercase, for a chance to be featured on the show. And please join us next week as we watch Joker with Joaquin Phoenix, which you can find, I know for sure, for purchase on Amazon and Vudu.
It's on HBO right now as well if you want to watch along.
There you go. HBO subscription.
Perfect.
And if you guys like the podcast, tell your friends to listen. Help us bump up our numbers. That's always helpful.
Love you. Bye.
Whistle for a cab when they keep the lights place of freshness enticing them here. If anything that I can say at this cab's rare, said nah man, forget it, home to Bel Air. Pulled up to the house about 7 or 8 and yelled to the cabbie on. Stay later, looked to my kingdom, I was finally there. Sitting on my throne at the Prince of Bel Air.